Hi chums, me again. Okay, a quick run round the greenhouse. Basically the same setup as last year. I'm doing the tomatoes in pots here because I had good success with this last year. Now, last year I didn't prune two of these tomatoes to make a comparison between pruning and not pruning, and I was surprised to discover that the tomatoes that weren't pruned had actually more tomatoes on them than the ones that I did prune. However, the tomatoes were everywhere in little bunches, whereas by pruning the tomatoes you end up getting these long trusses, which is much easier to manage. So they're all being pruned this year. In here we've got some peppers, and I've pruned some peppers and I have left others. There's my first ever time I grew parsley, and I'm very pleased with that. So then moving along, I'm doing something new this year. I'm putting lettuces into pots. I'll just put that inside because I had a problem here with leather jackets. Those are the grubs of the daddy longlegs, or the crane fly, and they eat the roots of the little lettuce transplants. So I put them into pots and they seem to be doing very well. So you can see the progression here. They start off in those little pots, move into slightly bigger pots, and then they finally end up in these large pots. Lettuce has put out substantial roots. I've got three new tomatoes here. There's one here called Sweet Million, which I'm going to prune. And there's also another one over here which I'm not going to prune. I'm going to prune that one and not prune this one to see what difference there is. I have another one called Luciola, which I'm going to prune that one. And oh yeah, you do prune this one, so it's a standard, so I'm going to prune that. And another one called Mascota, which I don't know whether to prune it or not, so I'm going to prune that one. And oh, I'm not. I'm going to leave that one and that one. It's outside I'm going to prune. At the back here I've got some peppers coming on, and I've got sensitive plants over there. That's a little ferny type thing. When you touch it, it disappears. I'll see if I can get it in close here. Right, there's one there. When you touch that, it should fold up. Let me see. Try another one here and see if I can get it to go. There's one there, right? I'll try that one. Get in the camera. Right, there we are. You know, they just sort of fold up. Children love these. Right, where's my finger? There's there. I'm still getting used to this camera. So, that's that. These here are Judas trees. Apparently the tree that Judas hanged himself on. And a friend, Michael, got them seeds, and we planted about 50 seeds and about 10 plants come up, and we had to try different methods between scarifying them and putting them into the fridge and cutting them and all sorts of stuff. The ones in the fridge did best. Here we have Japanese cucumbers that Gary Entropy and Yoshi sent me, so those are coming on nicely. The Japanese peppers at the back there are still quite small, but they're starting to come on with the heat now. And as I say, more lettuces and stuff at the back. And once again, more lettuces. This is a cucumber called Market More. It's an outdoor cucumber, but I have to try them inside as well to see what difference there is. And then I've just got a salvage tomato there somebody didn't pick up. Over here we've got our experiment with the perlite and vermiculite. Some more sweet peppers, and I've got Hispy cabbages here in the perlite and vermiculite. And you can see here, as a topping, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference which one you use. They're both coming up at the same rate. And these are just rockets here, or arugula. I put those in pots as well to see how they do. This is a long season cucumber called Saladin. And oh, look at this here. Yes, got something to show you at the bottom here. We've got a cucumber. So that's happened pretty fast. That's in 2 or 3 days those have appeared. So that's doing okay. I've got lettuces in along the border here just to fill in spaces, really, you know. The marigolds are to attract pollinators and keep out pests. This is another cucumber called Mini Munch, which I'm going to have to train a bit because it's all over the place. and it's just starting to put flowers out now, so that's good. Some more tomatoes in the ground just for comparison purposes, but those went in late compared to the ones over in the buckets, so it's they're about a week behind. So that's basically the greenhouse. We've got some more. There's a cut and come again lettuces. I don't even think those are just seeds I mixed up and threw in there. They're mostly done now, so I'll rip that out and put another box in. It's a very cheap way to get what do you call it, lettuces. And over here, look, those are tomatoes. We'll see. I think we're going to zoom here. Those tomatoes are actually the prunings that I pulled off other tomatoes, and they're actually putting out flowers now. You can see there. So they're rooting, and it is a good way. Dan, who runs a super channel called Allotment Diaries, suggested trying this for late season tomato plants, and it does work very well. So I'll be doing that next year. I'll be putting more prunings into soil to bring them on faster. So that's basically where we are with the greenhouse. That's a couple more mini months there. I have too many cucumbers, but you know, I keep trying different types to find which I like best. So there you go. That's the greenhouse. 6 minutes, that's not too bad. Okay then folks, I'm going to go outside now. Bye.